My dear students, all of you, good morning. In today's session, the more important topic belongs to the gerund. It is a grammatical topic in English language and English grammar. We will discuss the gerund. I will teach you. I will explain you elaborately, and you should understand clearly, my dear students. Okay, let us start this grammatical aspect, a main concept, main idea, a main topic in the English grammar. Here the students should understand gerund. We should understand gerund. We change the color and what is the color? Okay. Okay, dear students. First of all, I will explain you the functions of gerund. Functions of gerund. The main grammatical functions of gerund, and the main point is here we should understand. And my dear students, what is gerund? What is gerund? It is a grammatical terminology in a English grammar. We should understand the meaning, the definition of the gerund. We should understand the definition of the gerund. The definition of the gerund, we should understand the definition of the gerund, and I will explain you very clearly regarding to the gerund. And gerund is a noun. It is called a verbal noun. Verbal noun. Why it is called verbal noun? Why it is called verbal noun? It derived from the verb swimming. Swim is a verb. Swimming. Generally, verbs they have different forms. Verbs have different forms. Verbs have different forms. They are V1, V2, V3 mainly. This one is present form or base form or root form. This is a finite verb. And infinitive. Verb is also called infinitive or predicate. And V2 is a past form. V3 is a past participle form. And the derived, the other forms of the verbs is ing form. That is the ing form. For example, go, went, gone. Going is the ing form. That is another form of that is also called present participle. Ing form is also called present participle. Present participle. And it is also called ing form. It is also called ing form. And then another forms of the verbs is does form. Does form is go, went, gone, going, goes. Yes, said. It is does form. The verb, base verb, we suffix adding s or es or ies is called a does form. And also the another form is to infinitive, to go. These are the other forms of the verbs. For example, we take a drink, drank, drunk, drinking, to drink, drinks also. These are the verb forms. Here gerund came from the verb form ing form. That is called, for example, waiting, swim, swimming, smoke, smoking, smoking, reading. These are all the present participle form. Present participle form, verb form functions as a gerund. It is called a verbal noun. Gerund is also called verbal noun. The definition of the gerund is, it is a noun. Gerund is a noun, and it has made from the verb. This noun made from the verb. Which verb? Verb plus ing form. Verb plus ing form. In verb forms it is called present participle. This is the grammatical terminology. Present participle. That is the main definition of the gerund. We don't confuse it. Gerund means present participle. But why should we call it? It is called gerund. It functions as a noun. It functions as a noun. In sentence or gerund phrase, we should gerund or gerund phrase. Gerund is a single word. Gerund phrase is also there. Gerund, G-U-R-N-D, gerund phrase. Gerund phrase means gerund plus is a phrase consisting of gerund and any modifying or any objects associated with it. That is the gerund phrase. That is the gerund phrase. Gerund phrase also functions in a sentence just like a noun and can act as a gerund phrase also act as a noun. First of all, you understand functions of the noun. When the students who knows what are the functions of the nouns, he is easily understand the gerund also. Gerund means noun. The noun which functions have been doing in the sentence, the same functions as repeated by the gerund. That is more important. For example, what is the noun functions? What is the functions of the noun? If you know the functions of the noun, it is clear about the gerund also. What are the functions of the noun? Functions of the noun, the noun functions, number one is subject of the verb. That is the first function. Number two is object of the verb. Number three is complement of the verb. Three functions. And fourth function is object of the preposition. Object of the preposition. And noun function is another function is noun in opposition. When we are discussing about the functions of the noun, I will explain in detail. But I have to introduce what is the main purpose here. If you know the functions of the noun, it is easy to understand the functions of the gerund. Noun functions are equally gerund functions. That is more important, my dear students. Noun functions, subject of the noun. First one is the subject of the noun. Subject of the noun, for example, Chandrasekhar is a proper noun. Chandrasekhar teaches English. Chandra, he teaches English grammar. Chandrasekhar is a noun, proper noun. What is the function of the noun here? It comes in a sentence as a subject. That means in this sentence the first function of the noun is subject of the sentence. Chandrasekhar is a subject. It functions subject of the verb. Verb teaches. Who teaches? Chandrasekhar. That is the number one function of the noun function. Number two, object of the verb. Object of the verb means the teacher punished the children. Punished the students. Children, the students, after the verb. It is the object of the verb. Punished verb. Punished. Whom the teacher punish. Whom did he punish? The children. It is an indirect object. Indirect object means it indicates the persons. Indirect object. Indirect object. The teacher punished the children. It is the object of the verb punished. Object of the verb punished. That is the one of the function. It is also a object of the direct object, indirect object. Direct object without persons, with the direct object. I brought a book. A book is a object, direct object. It is a thing. That is the direct object, indirect object. It functions, noun functions as a direct object of the verb, indirect object of the verb. That are two functions. Subject of the verb, object of the verb. Number three is complement of the verb. Complement of the verb. Complement of the verb is I am a teacher. I am a teacher. Teacher is a noun, a common noun. It is useful to complete the sentence in this sentence. It is called complement of the complement COM, complement of the COMPLEM, complement of the verb am. This is the function of the noun, common noun here. And more, the next function, the fourth function is object of the preposition. Object of the preposition means what is the, for example, what is of the, let us go with my mother, with my mother. With is a preposition. My mother is object of the preposition. Mother is a common noun. This noun functions as the object of the preposition. This is the fourth function of the noun. Next, there are mainly five functions. There are mainly five functions of the noun. Subject of the verb, object of the verb, object of the preposition. Next, object of the fifth one is complement of the verb. Subject of the verb, object of the verb, complement of the verb, object of the preposition. Noun preposition. Preposition. Noun opposition. Noun opposition means, for example, the nurse, comma, Rani has retired. Rani has retired. Rani is a proper noun. Yeah, she has been retired. The nurse already, a common noun is introduced. The nurse, who is nurse here, Rani. In between, we keep the comma. This is the noun opposition. Rani is noun opposition. That means I will briefly explain about the noun function. If you understand the noun functions, we should understand the gerund functions also. That's why I will give you some examples of the noun functions. What are the functions of the noun? Okay, my dear students, we should understand. Now we are discussing about the gerund. Gerund, here some functions I have given in this. Okay, in the screen, all of you observe my dear students. First one, you should understand the first one. Here, the first one is as a subject of a sentence. Gerund or verbal noun, it functions as a subject of the verb. Subject of the verb. For example, gerund we take. Writing in English is difficult. It is a gerund phrase. Actually, it is a gerund phrase. This entire is called gerund. I will give you one example. I will give you one example. My dear student. Reading is my hobby. Reading is my hobby. Next, smoking is dangerous to our health. Reading is my hobby. Walking is a good exercise. For example, walking is a good exercise. Walking is a good exercise. Walking is a good exercise. Walking is a verbal noun. It formed from the verb as a present participle, but we should not tell it is a present participle. What is the difference between present participle and verbal noun? I will explain you. Here, writing in English is difficult. The entire phrase, gerund phrase, it is called gerund phrase. It is called gerund phrase. Writing in English is difficult. Writing in English, the entire phrase functions as a gerund. It is the subject of the sentence. Is difficult. That means students should understand gerund. Already I will explain you functions of the noun. The noun functions mainly 5 functions. At the same time, gerund also mainly 5 functions. Nearly 5 functions. Watching TV is my favorite past. Here, watching TV, my favorite past time. They have watching TV is my favorite past time. Watching TV is my favorite past time. Is watching TV. This is also gerund phrase or gerund phrase. Single word is called gerund. Gerund phrase. What is the definition of the gerund phrase? Consists of gerund any modifying or object and associated with. Modifying words, TV. Additional words are adding. Watching TV is my favorite pastime. The gerund phrase functions as a subject in the sentence. That is the first function of the gerund. Number 1 function, first function as a subject of the sentence. Watching TV, the entire phrase functions as a subject in this example. For example, traveling is a good way to expand our world view. Traveling. In my example, traveling is a good way to expand our world view. That is, traveling functions as a noun in this function. For example, in competitive exams, they are asking, they have given the sentence, traveling is a good way to expand our world view. Traveling, they have underlined. Which parts of speech? We should not put it is not a verb, it is a noun. It comes under the parts of speech, class of the speech, noun. We should select the parts of speech noun. You should understand that thing. Okay, next I will explain you next example. Next function of the gerund is next function of the gerund is object of a sentence. As a direct object of a sentence. I have already discussed about the noun. I gave him a book. I gave him a book. A book, an object. Which did I give a book. It is a direct object. Whom did I give? Him. It is a indirect object. Indirect object is a verb give or gave. Direct object. How should we remember that? The things and articles other than persons is called direct object. Persons is indirect object. Persons are related to indirect object. That means direct object. Here the direct object. Second one is direct object. That means the gerund functions as a object. I like writing in English. This is a writing in English. I like writing. Only I like writing. There is no in English. There is no this phrase. I like writing. Writing, what do I like writing? What do I like writing? It is an object of the sentence. That means the gerund functions as the object of the sentence. And I love going out to restaurants. Many students pronounce restaurants. Restaurants is a wrong pronunciation. We utter the wrong pronunciation, mispronunciation. Restaurants. Restaurants is a right pronunciation. I love going out to restaurants. I love going. Going is object of the love verb. What do I love? Going out to restaurants. This is the entire phrase is called gerund phrase. Because why did it is called gerund phrase? A phrase which starts with gerund, it is called a gerund phrase. It is called a gerund phrase. For example, my passion. I will write you one example. My passion, P-A-S-S-I-O-N. My passion is reading. It is a simple sentence. I did not write the complicated sentence or difficult sentences. To understand easily, we will select the simple sentences, not the complex and compound sentence to confuse our students. My passion is reading. My passion is reading. Passion, what is the meaning of passion? F-A-S-H-I-O-N, fashion, it is entirely different. Fashion is a latest trend, a current trend, a style, fashion. But passion, it is a passion, it is a passion. Phonetic shift. My passion is reading means my strong desire. Passion means strong desire, strong liking. Passion means my strong desire is reading. My strong liking is reading. Here reading is an object of the, as a gerund functions an object of the verb is object of the, my passion is reading. Sorry, it functions as a complement of the verb. Complement of the verb. My passion is reading is a complement of the verb, not the object of the verb. Here, object of the verb more important. Object of the verb is more important. Next, I will give you. I love reading. I love swimming. I love running. This is the which functions as the object of the sentence. And then we go to the third function. What is the third function of the gerund? The third function of the gerund is it functions as a subject complement, not object complement. Complement of the verb. Complement of the verb. Just I have tell you my passion. My passion is reading. My passion is reading. It is the object complement of the verb. After the B form verb, it is a complement. There are two homonyms are there. Complements, COM, PLI, complements. My best compliments. My best compliments while writing the letters. My best compliment, praising. This is one of the meaning. Another meaning in English grammatical terminology, we should understand another meaning. What is that meaning? Here, that meaning is, okay, my dear students, some technical problem here. Okay, dear students, another meaning. The subject of the complement, COM, PLI, here PLEMENT. We should not write I. In grammatically, complement means, in grammatical terminology, a word or a phrase which is useful to complete the meaning in a sentence. That is the definition. Complement of the verb. Complement of the verb. My cat's favorite activity. This is called entire subject. The entire phrase is called. My cat's favorite activity is sleeping. It is the complement of the subject. And then we go to the next word. One of his duties, the entire phrase is a subject, is doing homework. Doing is a complement of the subject. Complement of the subject. And so I will already explain. My passion is reading. My passion is reading. Reading is a complement of the verb. Reading is complement of the verb. Next, these are the second and third functions. Fourth function also very important. The gerund functions, as a fourth one is an object of the preposition. For example, we will be interested in. Interested, it is a very important preposition. The interested, that word takes in preposition, the following preposition, appropriate preposition. Appropriate preposition, we shall be interested. This word takes in preposition. Hearing is a noun after the preposition. After the preposition. That means it functions as the object of the preposition. It is called an object of the preposition. It follows the preposition. Next example, would you like to walk instead of taking the bus? Instead of, phrase preposition. It is called a phrase preposition. Instead of is a phrase preposition. Instead of. Would you like to walk instead of taking the bus? After the phrase preposition, there is a gerund. It is the object of the preposition. It is the object of the preposition. That's why, my dear students, the same functions of the gerund, noun. For example, smoking causes lung cancer. Smoking, it is not possible to write here. Smoking causes lung cancer. The function of the smoking is, in this sentence is, what is the function of the smoking is the subject of the causes verb. One more example I will give. One of his duties is attending a meeting. Attending, object of the verb is. For example, she is good at painting. She is good at painting. She is good at painting. I will write you. She is good at painting. Here, at is a preposition. it follows a gerund, it is called object of the preposition. That is, you should understand. And then we go to the next expression and the last expression. And after certain expressions, we should understand the gerund after certain expressions. After certain expressions, my cat's favorite activity is sleeping. It is also complement. One of his duties is doing homework. This is also complement. Doing homework. Certain expressions, we should understand certain expressions. After some expressions, we should use the gerund also. For example, to look forward to take to be accustomed to get around to be used to be used to. After some of the phrasal verbs also gerund may become. For example, when will you give up smoking? When will you give up smoking? When will you give up smoking? Give up smoking. Give up is a phrasal verb. After phrasal verb, smoking is a gerund. The phrasal verb also follows the gerund. That is an additional function. Some expressions after, we should use the gerund. We should use the gerund. I am used to waiting for buses. Used to, it is one of the expression. Used to is, it comes in the helping verbs. Used to, the past habitual action we express in the used to form. Past habitual action. I am used to waiting for buses. Waiting is a gerund. Used to follows the gerund. Used to look forward, to take to be accustomed to get around to be used to. These phrases, these expressions take the gerund. One more expression I will explain you. Some expressions, after some expressions, can't help, can't stand, to be worth, it's no use. These are the expressions. They are also follow the gerund. For example, she could not help falling in love with. She could not help falling in love with me. Could not help. Could not help. Couldn't help. Some of the example. Can't help is present and past tense is couldn't help. Can't stand, to be worth. It's no use. These phrases also, these expressions also take the gerund phrase. That means students should understand the gerund functions clearly, and you read down some of the material of gerund phrase. Gerunds can appear alone or band together with other words. This is called gerund phrase. Collecting this phrase behaves like a single noun. For example, reading is a favorite activity of mine. For example, this running with scissors, it is a gerund phrase. Running with the scissors, the entire gerund phrase functions as a subject of the sentence, is a favorite activity of mine. Running with scissors is a gerund phrase. It functions as a noun phrase, subject of the sentence. When used to is a modifier, that is some prepositions. What are the prepositions? By, with, after, before. These prepositions are take the gerund. For example, by running with scissors, Sheshu gave his cat some battle scars. That means Sheshu wounded his cat when he ran with scissors. When he ran with scissors. By running, by is a preposition. By running, by running. The preposition takes a gerund. By running with scissors, Sheshu gave his cat some battle scars. What is the meaning of that? Sheshu wounded his cat when he ran with scissors. That is the meaning of that sentence. Okay, my dear students, all these 5 functions are subject of a sentence, subject of the verb, object of the verb, complement of the verb, preposition, object of the preposition, after some certain expressions. These are the main functions of the gerund. My dear students, you should understand, and goodbye all of you. We should meet again. All of you, good luck.